busy as it's ever been.
The price of gold in Australia has surged to record highs.
In the past 2 years, it's gone parabolic, up 45% this year so far.
Race to gold deals across the city today as the price of gold skyrocketed to a record $4,000 per troy ounce.
Gold prices really have shot out the lights so far this year. The price of the precious metal, it's up about 50% so far. It's hitting around that $4,000 an ounce.
With rising global economic uncertainty, we're being advised there could be a better place to store your cash than in the bank.
G'day everybody, it's Alex and me, myself and I today. Rubes has just set up the stream and he's rushing back out to...
Got to get back to the front to serve customers,
Yeah,
so we're going to leave you with Alex.
Lines. Yeah, he's going back to the front lines. For those of you that have been in the store, it's been absolute bedlam. It's been relentless, and this is now the tail end of the 5th week that it's been like that. Michael's still in there serving. I just need to be able to sit down for the first time this week. We've been running non-stop. The lines have been crazy. If you're in the chat and you've been in the shop in the last week or so, yeah, feel free to basically state how crazy it's been. So thought I'll jump on. I'm not sure how long this stream's going to go. I'll try and hit some questions and do some Q&A. Michael did plan to come back here in about half an hour if he gets a chance. I'm not sure if he'll let me know or not. So yeah, bear with me. I'll just jump straight in. Hi Gecko. Yeah, so Ruben's just ran out and going back to the store. It's been we've had, to give you an idea, it's been lines before start, and we've all, not all, but certainly myself, Brett, and a few others have stayed behind every night to deal with the lines of customers. So yeah, don't know how you guys are going. Let me know in the chat. B. Gilbert, Alex, are you working tomorrow? Yes, I'll be working every Saturday this month. And of course, good luck to everyone coming in, if it's not tomorrow, but the week after, because it's the great Diwali madness will be added on top of that for all the buying. So I'll try and hit the questions now. Hi Alex, volume up a little. Rubes is gone, so let me know if you need me closer to the mic or not. But yeah, there's no help on the other end. Any news? Okay, Rox, is that how? Any news on the next Stackers meeting? It's not set yet. So we had one in September, so that was last month. The next one is going to be either sometime in December or in January. So once we set that in place, I'll let you guys know. And for those that have requested to be notified via email, I will do that. So yeah, that was for those of you who don't know, we do meet up in Melbourne once every 3 months, and then you can come along, bring some silver, gold to sell, trade. There's auctions, meet and greet. Anyone that's been there, like Rox's dad stacking, if you want to just share your experiences, that'll be cool. But yeah, we got that every three months or so. All right, when will they, Wayne? When will they ban normal people from playing gold? I don't know. Well, you know what? It's been pretty much stackers that have been coming in. There's a few new people. So this is, I don't think, personally speaking, this is, we haven't seen anything yet. This is just my thoughts, because everyone that's coming in is still a stacker, if you will, people that are aware. There's very few new people coming up and joining the bullion train. So I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Yes, a little bit. Bruce Cooley, silver is at highest price level since the legendary 1980 Hunter Brothers silver squeeze. Silver is going crazy. We're seeing that in buybacks, and they're just going out the door. There's a lot more people buying than there are selling. We are getting quite a bit of obviously buybacks, but there's a lot more people buying than they are selling at the moment for the last few weeks. So silver's been going hard. Sometimes there'll be very, very little to nothing in a buyback kilo tubs, which is for me crazy in the 2.5 years I've been here. Haven't really seen that. And then sometimes people will sell back like 10, 20, like say 2 monster boxes, and they go out straight away. How's Pakenham, Metal Inquisitor? Yeah, I went there, I was planning to be there for a week, and I got called back from there. It was so hectic here, I got called out to come back here, do one day, then I went back here one day. And you know what, I was serving customers there from all, you got to book in, make an appointment. But I was serving customers from about 10 o'clock till just before 5. So Pakenham, I thought it was going to be, certainly it's not as hectic as the city, but it was quite busy as well. All right, now Rubes did adjust, he just ran in and adjusted the mic, so we'll see if that helps. Irish Lark, Alex, what's the buybacks like currently with silver and gold? Yeah, like I mentioned just before, the kilos are getting hit pretty hard in silver. Gold's coming and going, but I just had a look before coming into the buybacks, and we had one gold coin left, two buyback cast bars in the 1 ounce, and just very few pieces in between. That's the gold side. We've got a bit back now of the buyback silver coins and rounds, but that's about it. Yeah, it's getting hit pretty hard. Knackers, any half kilo silver buybacks? No. There were 10 ounce and 5 ounce this morning, and I sold pretty much all of them to the first customer that came in to the group that came in. What else? Is there parking at Pakenham? Yes, there is. There's also off-street parking, but yeah, it's a lot easier to get to with a car than in the city. That's for sure. Can you turn up the? I cannot turn up the mic, so sorry about that. I'm doing it as close to the mic as possible. If Rubes can run in a bit later as well, he's probably watching for comments. He'll try and adjust something as well. Sean M, is the Pakenham store open on Saturday? I'm happy to call and book in a time. No, it's just due to staffing, lack of staffing. So Pakenham is by appointment only Monday to Friday. Silver Mad 1. Alex, I recently purchased some unallocated silver first time. I tried, this was a little uncertain again how it works when it's time for transfer them to the physical metal. Cheers. So with the unallocated program, you're locking in the spot price, so we guarantee that it's 1-to-1 physical backed, whether it's in silver. Did you say silver? Okay, silver. So in silver, it'll be the 1 ounce or 1 kilo, and you can buy multiples thereof, and you secure that spot price. And we don't actually make anything on that at the time of purchase, and you hold it, and we don't charge you any storage fees on the unallocated. But when it comes time to sell, it'll be like $1 under spot or $30 under a kilo. So chances are you'll be selling later when the price moves up. So you'll make something, and then we'll make something then. Otherwise, you can convert at any time to a product that you like of your choosing, and you've already locked that spot price in. So no matter how much spot goes up, then later you're just paying the premium difference. So that's the basics of unallocated, and that's the same for gold, silver, and platinum. Okay, is Metal Inquisitor, is the city store all done with renovations? No, no, it's been so hectic. No, it's been done in bits and pieces. It's certainly looking a lot better than before, but it's still got a way to go. Geckosaurus. And sorry, this is jumping all over the place because there's so many comments coming. So I'm really appreciating Michael doing it by himself. Who was it? Geckosaurus. Yeah, are there many people selling their platinum lately? There's a few selling. There's a lot more buying. I'd still say gold and silver like hitting it hardest. And then people are buying and selling platinum, but there's a lot more buying of platinum than there is selling. All right, TCT. What do you think, Alex? If gold and silver will consolidate before hitting another height? And Michael will probably think differently. To speak of what he said this morning, so I'll echo Michael's thoughts. He's thinking it's got a lot to do with Diwali season, and it might come down after about another week and a half or so. Personally, I think I'm thinking and I'm worried. This is just the start. This is the start. It might drop a little bit, but I think it's just going to go further ahead based on a number of factors. With say EU wanting to introduce the digital euro before the end of the year. A few weeks ago, saw 83 or so million bank accounts in Vietnam were blocked and closed because or suspended because they didn't include their biometric data to their bank accounts. Of course, the talk of a lot of digital ID and the constant talk of wars and possible what I'm hearing more and more, like if you're following geopolitics, the possible invasion of Iran and possible ground invasion, if that happens. And it doesn't have to happen, but all that talk, and the more talk there is about that, it just creates a panic as well. And maybe not a panic, but certainly an uncertainty. And that's when people are jumping more. And the more people jump on, as you know, like it's getting madder and madder, and the prices are climbing. And as people see in line, more and more people, they tend to buy more and more. And I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. I was dealing with two customers. One bought one thing, her friend bought another. Then she's got, and she's seeing everyone else just buying last off. So I'll buy something else. Then her friend, after a deal, I do the same deal. She's buying something again. So it's absolute bedlam. It's absolute bedlam. All right, what else? Are there any? All right, let me have a look. What do you reckon about people buying goods all-time highs? It's all-time high today. Might be an all-time high tomorrow. Then again, it's not going to be an all-time high every day. It keeps going up. It's just absolutely crazy. So I've made an example in a store previously of a gentleman asking me always, is it a good time to buy? Because it's all-time highs, and he keeps asking me for a year and a half. And the only thing that's been happening is just new all-time highs all the time. So for myself, I just buy what I can when I can. Okay. Bruce Cooley, if the government offered you a deal to buy your gold coins, don't take it. It's a bad deal. I'm sure they might in the future. Yeah, I'd be holding off, at least in the initial phase myself, if I haven't lost it all in a boating accident in the meantime. B. Giblet? Yeah, I want to make a 1 gram display piece for my daughter. I have rhodium, congrats, and gold. Any chance you have a 1 gram platinum and silver that I can buy? I only need a single and don't want to have to buy a combi bar. I can help you with that in terms the platinum we do have. You can come in and buy a platinum. The platinum is, I believe, a PAMP, 1 gram, and we've got those in store. We should have them on the website as well. The 1 gram of silver, I know there's a couple lying around. If you wanna send me an email, or if you can come in and ask for Alex, I'll know where they are. Or you can send me an email, Alex, ALEKS @bullionnow.com.au. Remind me for that, and I can even draw you up an invoice if you like, and I'll email that to you. And there's also, I believe there's still some, if you're looking at the full crack, there's the 1 gram palladiums if you haven't got one already. Okay. Silver Sushi. Finally managed to get a 5-ounce snake off the website, and now my Luna collection is finally up to date. Congrats, that's one I'm still missing. Yeah, haven't been keeping up to date myself with the 5 ounces. Okay. TJ Silver, oh yeah, Silver. Jezzy, hi. Great to see you the other day. Someone today said, don't worry about the dips, just buy what you can when you can. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I'm doing, and what my friends are doing as well. Geckosaurus again, is Pakenham safe enough suburb for picking up items? I don't know, self-defense. I'd be more worried if it was Dandenong or something, but no, it's pretty good. It's pretty safe. It's got secured parking, pretty good security. So yeah, no issues there. And especially at this stage, it is still only it's certainly not as busy as the city store. But yeah, no, you should be right. Okay, what have we got? Coin Noob 71, Alex, I know you're a busy guy, but would there be a chance for a chat blog on my Silver Stacker Collector TikTok channel just about silver collecting in general? Yeah, if I don't drop dead within the next week or so, you can hit me up again. Just send me an email at aleks@bullionnow.com.au, and I'll respond to you sometime, to give you an idea of just how crazy it is. I think last email I sent last night from my Bullion Now account was 11:30 p.m. and then I started back up, I think 7:24 this morning, all out of work hours. So, you know, it may take a while for me to respond, but I do respond to all of them as soon as I get a chance. Okay, all right. Silver Tassie, do you sell palladium? Yes, we do. And palladium at the moment, we've got in 1 grams, and I'll have to check the numbers though. 1 grams and 1 ounces. The 1 grams are the Pamp Fortunas, and in the 1 ounces, they're Valcambis. All right. Rafael Fernandez. Will 10-ounce Luna horse release? Is that normal size for Luna series? Thanks, Alex. No, it will not, unfortunately. Certainly not to my knowledge. They were. I love collecting the 10-ounce Luna Series 2 coins. 10 ounce is probably my favourite size, whether it's coin or bar. But they actually haven't done that for Series 3. So it goes from half ounce. In Series 3 is half ounce, 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 5 ounce, and then a kilo, and then the 10 kilo. Yeah, so they missed out on the 10 ounce, which is a shame. Kim and Annie, are there any signs that silver is getting harder to get in Australia? Lots of talk around the world about getting harder to source for bullion dealers. Look, we haven't had an issue. Yes or no? The issue we've been having is more in terms of capped insurance per satchel or box or delivery. So they'll have an insurance limit, and that's a monetary limit, not a weight limit. So what you'll find is as prices are going up, they can send per box, satchel, parcel less and less. So what happens is with the increased customer demand and a lot more people buying than selling, we're not having as many buybacks. So a lot of the silver kilos are going, and it doesn't mean that it's because there's a shortage of silver per se, but what we're finding is from all the dealers now they're getting swamped because one, they have to make more, but also it's taking longer for us to get. Classic example is like from the Perth Mint, whether that be silver or gold. Leah 777, thoughts on rhodium? Well, I will be the person to ask here. I do like my rhodium. I like it just because it's a bit niche, it's a bit different. When I got my rhodium, it was a few years ago, and I got it because I got that as a little something to have a little bit of flavour in the stack, something to have that's unusual, that's quite rare, that's worth a bit in a small amount, and that not many other people have. And again, like I mentioned in previous streams, I have other people that I can trade with, so I don't necessarily have to sell it back to a dealer. I believe we're the only ones in Australia to buy back rhodium, and just be careful with that. It is at 50% of spot, And coincidentally, that's what we get charged when we send it to the refinery. So unless it goes up, we actually don't make anything on it. In fact, we can lose, but we still offer that that service of buying back rhodium. I bought it because I know people that are interested in it, that I can trade for other items. And also, I just thought my thinking process is, it's not very common. It's only you pretty much source from South Africa, very small percentage from other places, and in the future, who knows what's going to happen? Whether it's civil war, strikes, sanctions, like a possible new BRICS iron curtain between East and West, like a Cold War, like what we those who remember in the 80s, but between East and West on the greater global scale. So I did that as a little bit of flavour, and I know I can get rid of it if I need to move it. And yeah, just a bit of a punt on something that could pay off big time. J-Mac, proper robot people will be cleaning train. I'm not sure what that's referring to. I'm missing quite a few comments, so apologies about that, because it's also skipping as well. Robbo, I was today years old when I realised that the government can buy my proclamation. Call in, which I'm assuming is in confiscate or buy back at face value any coin, including precious metal coins in Australia. That's something I've got to look more into as well. And I know some people prefer legal tender coins, others prefer bars for similar reasons. And there's discussions back and forth, but that's something I need to do a bit more research on myself. Metal Inquisitor, call dibs on the coins on the table. I haven't even seen what actually is I think I know what these are. It's actually my second favourite design of the Kookaburra. And hello, Michael.
I'm hiding, believe it or not. How are we?
We are catching our breath, but it's been relentless. I was just saying about 10 minutes ago, I've got a much greater appreciation of you doing this by yourself. Just in terms of the only thing, like happy to answer and doing that, but it's just the skipping and trying to get to everyone's questions, but just it's missing up. I was up to where Metal Inquisitor was saying calling dibs on the coins on the table, so we might get to that a little bit later, but...
Hey, hola, Corey.
Catch your breath and just...
Yeah, don't tell anyone I slid in here, because if the guys in the shop find out, they'll kill me, including the customers.
Where are you going? I'm like, I have to use the old sorry no English. English line.
Yeah, that's right. It's. I think they're worried that your mic's not working, mate. So you might want to change over to this one as soon as I disappear.
Well, I'll do that as well, because Rubes did come in and change it. He must have been watching.
Yeah, Rubes normally turns mine down, so I'm surprised that mine's up higher than yours. But anyway, look, I just dropped by to say good day, and it is chaos. It is absolutely chaos out there. And I'd say today was probably our quieter day for the week. Currently,
yeah, we wouldn't have been able to even do this and jump in because it quietened down a bit. But there were 7 of us serving.
Yeah,
7 of us serving, and that's from morning till now. And it's still look. I've been here 25 minutes.
And I'd say wait time to get to the front counter before you're getting served. I'd say wait time. Obviously, we're freaking Ruben out. Yeah. Wait time is about 30 minutes before you get to the counter.
Wow.
And then we serve you as quick as we can and get you straight back out the door. So not too much time for the good old chit-chat that we normally like, but we try and still provide that great service that we hopefully that we're famous for. So I better go back in there, otherwise I'm going to get smacked by everyone, particularly as Ruben's just zipped in. Brett will be...
Okay, thanks. So...
Brett will be having a coronary.
All right, thank you. So it looks like my mic's fixed at the moment. So
I really don't want to go back out.
I was just saying for people, here we go. Yeah, Aussie Rob too. You both look buggered. Yeah. This is actually the best we've probably looked in the last few weeks.
To be honest, because I live, as everyone knows, I live out of town. It's a bit of a drive home. And the other night, I was just, I was cooked. I was totally, exhausted. So I just checked into a hotel. So I actually got, I think, a good 4.5 to 5 hours sleep that night before we were back in here getting ready and going again. So I actually feel the best I've felt for probably 2 weeks.
Okay, hang on. All right, I'm gonna get you on this because otherwise I'm gonna have to answer this multiple times.
No, I've got to go.
Okay, James Howard, Platinum Horse Ballot.
I was desperately trying. I got here just after 4 o'clock this morning, I think it was, to do that Platinum Horse Ballot, and I still haven't got to it.
We did. Rubes and I especially have been bugging Michael about it because we knew, and I get emails on it. I think I've been getting Twitter direct messages on it, and it is absolutely. I don't even know how we're going to do that because you're doing that. So that's.
Look, I'm here tomorrow for the. For
the Saturday.
Well,
to chop Brett out because also Brett's been putting in the yards. He's been doing every Saturday.
Brett's been 6 days, minimum 6 days a week, and he's staying back afterwards. The poor guy's not getting out till 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
So if you know Brett and if you thought he had a charming personality before.
He's certainly an acquired taste.
He's certainly more charming now. I don't know what these are, so we might leave these for next week. I'm suspecting I know what these are. Did you bring these here, or
no?
was
Ruben must have dropped them.
All right, so we'll discuss.
Are interesting, those ones.
We'll
and
discuss
they're a good
this.
reason why you need to be very careful about where you source your silver from. And it's not just an advert. Hey, we're a bullion dealer. This is actually a public announcement, community awareness type scenario because we're seeing quite a number. I'm going to spoil the surprise next week a little bit, but. I actually don't think we'll be on next week because of Diwali, but that's a separate statement altogether. But we're seeing quite a number of fake silver coins coming through the door at the moment. That seems to be the flavour of the month. So just be aware of that if you're sourcing gold. Correction, if you're sourcing silver coins from anywhere other than a reputable dealer, they are certainly seem to be floating around the community at the moment. So be aware. Yeah, I better go back to it. Thanks for tuning in.
Send up.
I'm going to hand over to Alex and.
I'll see how long we go, and then if Rubes can come back in at least.
Silver sushi. These the main ones we're seeing are actually Perth Mint kookaburras at the moment, so just be aware of that.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for popping in, so I can at least have a sip of water and a breather. It's all right. I'll try and go back a little bit. And again, feel free if we'll do another rapid fire questions later. So if I've missed anything, I'm sure I have. We'll go over that later. Eric Flat, do the George Costanza and sleep under the desk. I would, but it's so hectic. There's not even space under the desk. Greg C. If we can ask Michael an aviation question, will he stay longer? Too late, and I'm glad you didn't. Actually, no, you know what? This is the first time probably I wish he had. I did see that to get him to stay a few more minutes. So Corey will try and get Michael to do the ballot this weekend. He's normally not in on weekends, but he is in tomorrow with me to cover for Brett. David T. No, that's for Michael. Okay, Pete, repeat SMF statements. I'm not sure. I'll ask. I'll actually make a note of that, and I will ask Con after the live stream. Con's probably going to stay back with me anyway after hours, so I'll get a chat to him about that because I've got to do a follow up on that. So just bear with me, and I will put that in. Okay, SMSF. Okay, so I'll leave that with me. I'll see if I can get an update for you. So I'll have to speak to Con about that. Okay. Why some error? Okay, I'm glad these are all Michael questions. J Mac, cheers for the pop in, mate. We might get the whole team back on live stream. The way it's been going, it's just been absolutely nuts. And it was a good point by Michael. So I'm not sure what's going to happen next Friday. It is one of the lucky. It's basically Diwali time from. I think it'll pick up Friday. Definitely not tomorrow, but next Saturday it'll be absolute chaos. Judging by last few times there were lines from even downstairs to try and get into the elevators to go upstairs to wait upstairs. So if you don't need to come in next Saturday, or if you can, if you don't have time to wait, I'd certainly think about coming in on another day. But I think that next Friday, Saturday, and the Monday after will be quite hectic. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, it's now just jumped again. Money Mum, please let us know, guys, with the surge on people buying. So if you're asking what they're buying, it's mainly gold and silver. And yeah, and now what I'm seeing is people coming in with their friends and opening up accounts who have been from my conversations with them, being told about it for a number of years, and now they're themselves seeing this spike. So it's just starting with all the new people, some new people coming on board, but it is still predominantly gold and silver. In the gold, I'd say the 1 ounce and the half ounces have been going pretty strong, and the tails have just gone nuts. And in the silver, it's anything from buyback silver ounces to kilos in buybacks and locally produced. John Gold, big shout out to Brett for me. For a pay rise, lol. Yeah, I'll let Brett know. I'll pass that on. Matthew Gilbert, nice at the microphone working. Yeah, that's props to Ruben. He ran in between serving, so he's fixed it up. Philip Rackman, do the fakes weigh exactly 1 ounce? Not exact, but they're pretty good. They're getting better. We'll bring out a few examples, I think, or maybe even make a separate video and take some time in that. But we've been collecting a few different pieces for it, so we'll go in depth a bit more into that. Okay, Silver Sushi. Hey Alex, I'd like to send you an email. What's the best email? All right, so I'll just pop my email in here. Alex at .com. All right, Alex ALEKS at bullionnow.com.au. There you go. Okay, Sean M., if I recall correctly, it's a federal crime to buy, sell counterfeit Perth Mint coins because it's legal tender. That is correct, and we do notify the federal police about that. And that is anything with legal tender. So the bars won't be. They could be like novelty bars or anything like that. But you're treading on toes, on governmental toes, if you're starting to do it with coins. Plume, Hey Plume, yep, finally got home. Wow, I didn't even see you in line, so I must have missed you. Okay, WW, I got some Kookaburra silvers from you guys this week. Should I come back to the store and get them checked? If you got them new, if you again, these wouldn't have gone out as buybacks because we check them. We check every single coin before we buy them back. We have to, and this is just a good example of that and why they don't go back into circulation. But again, we'll do more of a piece on that. I would say on a dedicated video, but we can certainly touch it in the next live stream, whenever a next live stream with all of us will be. Thanks to apparently a little queue today. Yeah, a very long queue. Silver sweet. I didn't get the Odin bar, but have recently come in possession of the Thor 1 ounce. Might try and get the Odin and continue with the series. Yeah, both fantastic designs. My favorite of the two is the Odin. It's a really cool design. I've got that one. I haven't got the Thor one. Okay, third and final in the series. I believe that's Lockie, but I'm not sure. That's judging by my going by memory. MSKR, am I right in saying that bullion is bullion and when you go to sell it doesn't matter if it's a lunar mouse or whatever, you get at spot? Also, does that mean that tarnished is spot too? Absolutely correct. If you're selling to most bullion dealers like us, so we'll give you the best in the industry here, which is spot. If it's pure and it weighs correct, it tests correct, we will give you for the weight full spot price if it's pure silver. There are a bit of things like that. So up to 100 ounces in one size of silver, or up to 100 grams per one size in gold, and that's all platinum, and that's per 50 ounces of gold or platinum per person per week, or 50 kilos of silver per person per week, full spot. So if we're just talking about, let's say, I don't know, a few rolls or, or tubes or whatever, or even monster box, depending on the size, you will get spot price. It doesn't matter if it's in a box, if it's shiny as, if you've buried it and done a bit of midnight gardening and then taken it up, cleaned the dirt off, bring it in. We'll test it. Wait, if it measures and tests correctly, you'll get full spots. So no, it doesn't matter. Where it will matter is if on the secondary market, if you want to trade someone, if you want to sell it on eBay, marketplace, or a lot of the buying groups, you obviously will get more peer-to-peer if it's more of a collectible coin. Okay, Earth Alliance. By the sounds of things, Alex, it's not so much a coffee machine required, but a refresher shower room for the staff. You know what? Absolutely right. I'm trying to maybe push Michael to get a barista in as well as a full-time masseuse. One which I am, but I can't do that here as well because we've just been so flat out. But it would be nice, either of those. Okay. All right. Sorry, it's updating again. Okay, Sabinator 296 in the house and only 53 likes. Come on, guys, hit the thumbs up. Yeah, thank you. Do appreciate that. James Howard, I think you all need to take a breather and perhaps shut on a Saturday in order to take a breath. That's a Michael call, but it is hectic, and Saturdays have been a bit insane as well. But I think I'm trying to get as much sleep as I can now, preparing for next Saturday, for Diwali time. Yeah, that'll be crazy. Alan Kirk, this is a good question. Are there any buybacks in store, even if it says none on the website? Chances are yes. We do try and split them for website, Pakenham website, and for the store in the city. One thing we do is when they come to, we don't put the last of on the website, because what's happened previously with our current system, which we are changing, but with our current system, if there's been some times when we have the last couple of items, and if two or more people, and it has happened a number of times, buy the exact same thing and pay for it, it's in the basket and they pay for it within a minute of each other, like in the same minute, it can go through as a sale to all parties, and then we would have in fact oversold, and it's a very uncomfortable situation to be in, and then we'll either have to try and source that further, and it's more delays, or we'll have to cancel one off or something else. So for that reason, we do take a few back to the store and keep some at the back, and just so always, if you're in store, just it's always recommended to ask, and we'll see what we can do. And chances are, something's come in 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago, gone through the stock controllers, they have a look and they bring it back. So I might have looked at something, nothing there. 5 to 10 minutes later, there's 50 to 100 sitting back in there. So always ask. All right. TCT, safest to buy from Bullion Now. Thank you. Okay, Simon Bickerton, auction. Not today, my friend. Not today. Chezzy. The midnight gardener equals the midnight emailer. I think I emailed you last time. It just was at 1:45 as I was clearing out the backlog. That was a week ago. I did manage, so that if that was, I think, 11:44 p.m. I managed to bring it back to 11:30 p.m. last night, so I'm getting better per week. I'm clearing them out. Okay. Water Monkey, any chance we could take a quick look at the fakes now before the detailed video, just so they're aware of what to watch out for, please? I will save these, but they are kookaburras, and I'll just say keep an eye on the cooks. This is, I think, the third kookaburra ones I've seen. But having said that, it's the third ones I've seen, the type, in the last maybe year and a half. So it's not like they're very common, but it does happen. So that's where you've got to be careful. And I've just had the last customers before coming in, that they were sort of worried, like, oh, do you mind if I test it? And it was a new product, and we don't mind testing at all. So for your peace of mind, if you ever want to, if you want to test anything that you purchase from us, feel free to ask, and we will test it for you at no charge. Okay. What? Keitho, what happens when you guys sell out of gold and silver? Hasn't happened so far. We might sell out of some things, but we've never been out of silver or out of gold or out of platinum. We might be out of something that you might prefer, say a certain size, or we'll have that size but from a different company. But we've certainly haven't run out of any gold, silver or platinum. Palladium, yes, but only because we don't hedge for palladium, so we get in smaller amounts, but then we restock when we're out. Okay. Germania announced as Lockie, Rob and Cat. So yeah, so I think that is the third and I believe final in the Norse Myth series between Germania and the Royal Mint. Okay, yeah, that's right. It's a shame. Yeah, it is a shame, but sometimes I like these small series. I think it's more of a shame when you start collecting and you don't know that they're going to cut it off so quick, like the Canadian 2-ounce, I forgot what the series is called, but the one with 2020 Kraken and 2021 Werewolf. I think Creatures of the North series. So that was a bit disappointing because a lot of us weren't aware that I don't think they announced it as a 2-coin series. So, they had 2 fantastic designs and they're nothing. So, yeah, when you know it's a smaller series, sometimes it's good if you know in advance because you might want to just, go for them when you can. Okay, wow, okay, these are coming in quick now. So any questions for Michael like that 360C, you'll just have to ask Michael next time. Yeah, repeat. Kookaburra on the bird bath. Not yet. Haven't seen that design. Maybe people don't think it's popular enough to to fake. To Alex, get a haircut and get a real job, mate. Lol. Yeah. I haven't even had chance to book in for a hearing. Metal Inquisitor, all the staff are like seagulls. Mine. Yeah, we are, but there's no way we can keep up with even a small percentage of what's coming in. And what you'll find if you work here is you think you want these, and then 20 minutes later something else comes and you can't get all that, so you'll put something back, and it's just and then after a while you just give up. You're just happy with whatever. Alan Kirk, thanks. Yep, welcome. MSKR, please open a South Australian store. We are lambs to the slaughter over here when it's time to sell. Glad we can buy from you guys. Yeah, as Michael will say, stay tuned. I'm not giving... I don't know honestly, I don't know what's happening. I know we're looking at expanding. But with what's happening here, that's also put a bit of a damper on Pakenham opening full-time to the public because of staffing issues, because we've had to put so many people out from all departments serving in the city store. And we are hiring more people. There's more people in training. You'll see in the city, Jack, he's been on the pick for a few weeks, learning the ropes in Pakenham, but now he's here from this Monday. So this is his first week in the city. So if you do see a young bloke named Jack, don't be shy, say hello. And we are having more people coming on board as well. So yeah, interstate, we'll see when we can. Is BN paying over spot for 1 kilo silver bars yet? Laughing. Not yet, Sean, but you never can tell. All right, bro. Brett Cox, are you planning on getting in any of the 2026 Royal Mint Tudor Beasts? I believe so. Vernie auction, not today. Rox, his dad, stacking. Alex, any news on the Perth Mint chocolate and when will the Wonka come in? The Wonkas, I haven't heard what's happening with the Wonkas. I'll have to speak to Adam about that. Actually, I'll make that as another note. Okay. Wonka Buzz ETA. All right. Find out about that. As for what was the other thing? Perth Mint chocolate. The Perth Mint chocolate is hidden and under lock and key. I'm not letting anyone get to it. I believe we're just waiting on a video, but again, Rubes has been serving non-stop. He just had to sneak it, I think, the other day, just to shoot and edit an LCS, little coin shop video, a sister company video for the numismatics, and then he was straight back to the store to serve. That was, I think, Wednesday. Yesterday, came in here to try and record something, and it was a call straight away from the shop. We all needed in the shop, so we couldn't even do that. So I think we're waiting on something time for that. But they are still safe. Roxy's dad, they are still safe, and that will be coming, and it will be worth it. Okay. Irish like Alex, with a fake coin sold on eBay, more likely replicas sold. Sold on eBay more likely than replicas sold a real silver. I'm not sure. I know the ones I didn't buy back, but I took. There were kookaburras. They were about 8 months ago. That person did buy them off a coin dealer. So he had a few different things. Some were koalas. There were two types of koalas and silver 100-ounce bars, all from the online coin shop, online only coin shop. And again, he didn't say the name. I don't know the name. I wouldn't say it here anyway because I can't confirm it. That's going by what the gentleman said. The 100-ounce bars were correct, and one type of the cookers were correct. The other types were not correct. But it wasn't eBay. I wouldn't be surprised if they did come off eBay though. Knack is alright. A big shout out to Brett, who always gives me fantastic service. We'll let him know. Water Monkey, thanks Alex. You're welcome. What was it? There was a good question. Where is it? Alright, skipped again. Someone asked if here we go. Are the kookaburras magnetic? You'll find out in the video, but I haven't tested these for that. Fantastic work, Alex. Even you deserve a pay. So thank you very much, John Gould. Much appreciated. Steve Wilson, I presume Michael gets on the phone and starts whispering sweet nothings to wholesalers when stocks start getting low, mate. Stephen, I think he does. I think he does. Cotton Pinduza, they cancelled Ice Age Series 2. Yeah, that's the one. I love that series. They're still very cool coins to have. And if you can, it's still probably one of my favourite Kraken designs, probably that one and the 2-ounce Privateer series. That's probably that's around. That's probably my favourite silver rounds, the Privateer 2-ounce series. There's 7 different designs and they're fantastic. Okay, Pete, repeat. Question, what's the Star Wars / Spider-Man stuff on the shelf? So that stuff is from the little coin shop. Oh yeah, that's right. So they were put in there to shoot a little coin shop video yesterday. I just mentioned before that Rubes had to put a hold on and rush back to the shop to serve. So that's some Star Wars and Spider-Man. What were they? I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, blind boxes, 4 different designs, and there's a chance of getting for the same price a gold 5-gram card instead of a silver one. But yeah, they look great. If you haven't checked the video out, check it out. It's on YouTube. It's pretty cool. Could unallocated platinum run out? The question is yes, JMac. Reason being, we put up one because we back the our unallocated program 1-to-1, physically backed. So so when we have enough, it'll be up on the website. When we run out of that physical for the unallocated, you won't see any on the website. Again, that's one way of knowing that we don't just give you, like basically paper promises. It is backed 1-to-1. So, but once it runs out, we do source more ASAP, and we'll be putting up on the website. Sometimes, again, in the hecticness and the craze, and again, big shout out to both Sean and Sylvia, working like crazy on the phones and the web and the emails, more so the phones, because the phone keeps ringing off the hook, as I witnessed myself when I was unpacking them last week. So, they're doing a great job, but sometimes like if they have time, they'll also let us know that we'll get a call saying, hey, there's no more this, that, or that in unallocated form on the website. Can you please update? And we talk to Adam and get that going. All right, let's move down. Mad Dog Joe 100. I've been searching for the Kraken for 3 years now. Wow. You know what, mate? Send me an email. I haven't seen any come through in buybacks for a while. If you're still after one, send me an email, Alex, ALEKS, @bullionnow.com.au. Just say Mad Dog Joe 100, 2-ounce Kraken. And if it comes through, I'll... if that's the Canadian one, I've seen that come through now and then. It comes through. If you're talking about the privateer Kraken, maybe the second one, I'm still chasing that myself. The only one I've got is the Siren in that series. But let me know what you're after, and I'll see if I can help out if I can. Philip Rackman, still want to do a Friday night drinks with Melbourne people and BN staff. That would be great. I'd love to do that as well. Not sure when we can do that, especially as some of us go. Myself, I've been staying with Brett until trying to serve every customer until the last customer leaves. So we've been burning the midnight oil almost. But I'd love to do that. I know Michael's keen for that. A few other staff members are too. So that's something that's on the cards, but I wouldn't know when at this stage. Corey. Why are the New Zealand Mint Star Wars and Spider-Man called foils? I'm going to take a punt. I'm going to say because they're like foil thin, like the aluminium foil, although much nicer silver. The only one of those I've got the when it was New Zealand Mint from Agoro, the Star Wars first edition. It was 35 grams, and it is like foil thin, and it's absolutely beautiful. So they're like, if you once you open them up, I believe, because we haven't opened these up, because you'll have to rip it open, only because so people don't go through them and then find the chase cards, which is the 5 gram gold instead of the 5 gram silver. So it's a bit of a safety feature, security feature, I should say. But I believe it is called foil because it's so thin. It's very thin, but obviously spread out 5 grams into a collector card type. If you were like me and had sports cards and other trading cards, that'll give you an idea of how it is. But yeah, it is very thin. So I believe personally that's why they call it foil. Foils. Vern E, what brand of watch are you wearing? That's a vintage Doxa, gold band that I inherited from my grandfather. I'm not really a watch guy, but I wear this, I guess, to keep him close to my heart. And that was for 20 years service back in Serbia he was a foreman at a gold and copper mine, the oldest copper mine, biggest and oldest in Europe, in the same town I was born in. So that was from 78, and I inherited that upon his passing. So but it's to answer your question in full, that's a Doxa, a vintage Doxa from 78. VB Man W5, are you buying any pre-decimal silver at the moment? As a company, we are. Personally, I'm always buying... pre-decimal, sorry. Probably Con and myself will always buy some pre-decimal silver. I did pick up some recently in buybacks, and there were more coming through. But yeah, I do like... Personally, though, because I don't know if you're asking as a company or personally, as a company, we buy any of the silver. pre-decimal in my own collecting. There's just so much out there. So I stick to the crowns or the Morgan-sized pieces, thalers, just because they're nice, and when you shake them in hand, it just makes a beautiful sound, nice and weighty. So, yes. Okay. Rob and Kat, I finally got a reply from Perth Mint about quokkas and wombats. Quote, no plans for more in this series at this time, end quote. Shame, I love them for the kids' Christmas and birthdays. Yes. We do have still some, shameless plug, we do have some of the last wombats and quokkas available. But yeah, no more in the series. I did develop I never got into the wombats myself, but I did quite like the quokkas, especially the I guess the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. The 2020 is probably my favorite design, and the last one, which is the what I call the chemtrail quokka. I just love those two, and the other ones are cool in between. But having said that, you've got, 5 or 6 in a series, so it's not a big series to collect and try and chase down, and you never know how it's going to go in the future. But yeah, it's something that I like, and the quokkas, I can see the wombats as well, but the quokkas do make for a nice kids present. Yeah, so yeah, it is a shame. Okay, trying to get back up. It's updated again. Okay, man. Plume, Alex, what is your most treasured gold and silver coins? Oh man, probably along with the watch, I inherited some gold ducats. The one ducats. I love those. They're just sentimental. But man, silver coins. I reckon we should do a video on that about the staff and their favourites, because it'll give me some more time to think. And it does change a bit. Like I said before, I did get this great love and hankering for when I saw the Privateer series, the 2-ounce silver rounds from the States. They're just incredible. I love those. They're nice, chunky. But yeah, otherwise, in terms of silver, if it's generic, like every year one, it would be the Libertads. I love the Libertads. But one that comes to mind doesn't really come to mind at the moment. There's quite a few in the silver, but the gold would be more of that sentimental reason for it. Okay, the Metal Inquisitor has to be the coloured 1/10 gold lunas. Yes, mate. Thank you again. I do love that the 1/10 gold coloured lunas, which are made by Perth Mint for the overseas market. And I did ask Neil when I was at Perth on the 1st of September when we were going over the lunar stuff. I didn't get to see any of the designs though. They didn't have them available. Metal Inquisitor has ruined me for him. The dragon is my favourite, the first in a series of those. The snake is also gorgeous, and I can't wait to see their 1/10 in that. So yeah, that'll definitely be in my top 3 Metal Inquisitor. Okay. TCT, is New Zealand Post Mint a recognised mint? New Zealand Post? I'm not sure what you're I'm not sure what you're referring to. If it's New Zealand Mint, recognised, I don't know if it's official or not by the government, but yeah, maybe re-ask that next time, or if Michael comes back today. Roxy's dad stacking, thanks mate, you're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for jumping on all the time, so I appreciate you being here. Okay. Greg C. To MSKR. I have previously just posted items to Bullion Now to sell. Never had a problem, and always end up significantly in front compared to selling in Adelaide. So, yeah, you can organise to have them shipped to us. And again, we do pay spot. If you're doing that, you can lock in a spot price by calling up. But you'd have to lock it in during business hours. And once you send a photo of the tracking number of the receipt, or alternatively, you can just send it in, let us know it's coming in. and then you get spot at arrival at the usually it's from once it's collected from 9 o'clock on that day, once it's collected from the post or being delivered here, if they're coins. Sabinator, Alex, do you think that the US will revalue gold from 42.22, and how much would that affect stackers? Look, I'm not a psychic. I'm a bit of a psycho, not a psychic, but I do believe that they'll be revaluing gold. I don't see how else they can do that to pay off the sovereign debts, especially because to do that you'll have to have the vast majority of the world's governments having to be in the same boat and agree on something that they'll have to find a way to pay off their sovereign debts. That's why I personally believe they're stacking like crazy. You got central banks, the Polish central bank, how it announced that they wanted like every I think EU either central bank or country, every EU country needs 4%, at least 4% of their GDP in gold reserves, and that's happened months ago. So I know people are buying up, banks and countries are buying up like crazy. So to me, that's an indicator of they're all prepping to get to a certain point before they revalue, again, in my opinion, and not just my opinion, but many other people's opinions. So again, not financial advice, but my personal opinion is that they will revalue, and I think that's going to change the landscape. And then personally, that's when I think gold will explode. That's why I'm expecting lines to be a lot worse later on, that this is just the beginning. And that's when I see then silver becoming the poor man's gold, and then everyone jumping onto silver, and then that will go ballistic in itself. So I do think that will happen, to answer your question, Sabinator, and I do think that'll have a big knock-on effect for stackers. All right, now I can see what Michael means with this. It's just going crazy, updating. Okay. TCT, possible to let us know the name of the online coin shop? If that's the one you're referring to about that the guy said he got the fakes from like 6 or 9 months ago, he never mentioned it. If you're talking about the actual online shop of our sister company, that's Little Coin Shop. That's all the numismatic products. But I think you're referring to the earlier comment, and I don't know. I was never told. Tin Sinker, are you getting the legendary warriors back in? Look, we still have some in stock. They might not be on the website. That we do have some left in store. We are getting more of the. There's I think another 4 coming up. From what I remember, and I was very excited about the samurai coin, the Miyamoto Musashi, that had a slabbed release date for October. So we're in October now, so I'm hoping to see that soon. Maybe we will be able to get a restock of the earlier ones. They certainly have been very popular, and they're fantastic designs and great educational series as well. If you're giving those as presents, what I'm starting out to do is give those out to presents, but I'll have to get a little bit of a story from the kids back, from say daughter and nieces and stuff, a little bit of homework assignment. So I want to try and use it as a reward system for an educational tool. So I'll be pushing to get a restock, that's for sure. Okay. Oh yeah, Little Coin Shop. That's thank you, Middle Inquisitor. Deep State Stacker, won't need a rapid fire. This stream is all rapid fire. Yeah, thanks, mate. I'm doing my best. It is that that mad jump that I can now see what Michael's talking about. Simon Bickerton, are there any Mandalorian coins? Mandalorian? No. You know what? Maybe in Little Coin Shop. I think Little Coin Shop has some from Agoro Mint, so the New Zealand Mint. They would have some. They had some last time I jumped on the Little Coin Shop website. As for the bullion rounds, I have seen them now and again come through in buybacks. The last one I believe I sold as a pack on, because I haven't been able, and apologies about that, I haven't been able to run. I run the Twitter Bullion Now page as well. And I one of the last things I put up on there was a Star Wars buyback pack, and it did include, I believe, a Mandalorian. So we get them in buybacks now and then, if it's just a plain 1 ounce silver round. If you want something a lot cooler than that, then Little Coin Shop will be able to help you out. 5 gram of silver foils. Yes, sir. Pete, repeat. Thanks, Alice. I'll check out LCS. You're most welcome. I've been checking out more and more. I'm definitely delving down to that, what Michael and I call the dark side of numismatics. Metal Inquisitor, thanks for mentioning the fake coin. Yep, no worries. And again, we'll do more on the fake coins. Okay. Jonathan Schaefer, and then just FYI regarding fakes on eBay, I have seen this week low-priced 1/10 ounce platinum koalas, Perth mint quote coins from China, and last year I have seen on eBay a replica silver-coloured 1 ounce lunar dragons. Yeah. Again, I'm actually trying to hook up something with someone from the police, if they're willing to do an interview. I'll have to find a Fed for it in regards to this and how it might affect you if you were trying selling it. But yeah, a lot of these are called, what did you mention here? It wasn't fake, it was replica. But again, there might be legal implications to those replicas. But yeah, certainly be careful of anything that's cheaper than spot listed on eBay, because you've got to remember eBay's paying they're charging around 14% seller fees, and that includes shipping as part of that. So why would they sell on that and miss out when they could sell to Bullion Now? They can come in and they'll get full spot for it, so it doesn't make sense. If it's too good to be true, it's one of those things where chances are it is too good to be true. Okay, so Kim Drummond, if sending in bullion to sell, do you have a recommendation regarding postage and when is the price locked in? All purchases from BN have been excellent. Looking forward to the Brisbane shop opening. Mate, so am I, because I could use a break or even serve out from maybe the Gold Coast or Surfers Paradise or who knows where. Time will tell, I guess. Okay, so recommendations regarding postage. I would recommend you call our phone number. Or email, and if you call up, you'll get either Sean or Sylvia. That can help you out. But generally, you can lock in the price. You'd have to send it in on that day with the tracking number, and it'll be locked in from when you take a photo of that, like on the receipt of the wherever you get it from, the tracking receipt. Or the other way is, if you think the price is going to go up, you don't have to lock it in. We'll just pay you out when we receive the parcel at that time. If it's delivered by one of the couriers to our door, it'll be on the, it'll be, say, $2.31. It'll be $2.31 spot price. If it's from the post where we're collecting, it'll be generally 9 a.m. spot price on the day of delivery. Otherwise, if you've booked it in and get a confirmation of spot price when you send it. Having said that, you've got to do that Monday to Friday working hours, so 9 to 5. Okay. Pete Repeat just got to his website and have a look, and I ordered online. I'm guessing that's LCS. And congrats. Aussie Rob 2. I can't see how a country reviews gold. I'm guessing revalues gold. It's worth what central banks and retail investors will pay for it. It is, but if everyone's agreeing to something, I guess what they can pay off debt or borrow more, they'll have to find something that everyone agrees on, everyone trusts. And again, gold, again, just if you see all the lines here and so many old, and especially people from overseas, they know and trust and believe in gold. If you're looking at doing something similar, like you can argue the point for digital currencies or Bitcoin or XRP or anything like that, you certainly don't have that trust level. You can't hold it, I guess, in your hand. You don't have that proven thousands of years of, like, millennia of practical experience. So if they agree on something, they agree on something, and it's been done before, and I believe it'll be done again. All right, TCT. Thanks, Alex. You're welcome. All right. Okay. Yeah, again, thanks for letting you know about the fake coins. You're welcome. Foresee more in the future since prices are record highs. Yeah, unfortunately, I think so too, which is why it's important to get from trusted sources. Be very careful about Facebook Marketplace. I'm not saying you can't get a bargain. You might, but you might get rolled as well in both, in a financial sense and in a physical sense of seen posts of that happen. If you're doing Facebook, just stick to more of the groups with people with feedback, good feedback, or just go to a trusted dealer. Geckosaurus, my niece is visiting from overseas. Can she buy some gold from BN? What's the procedure? Yes, she can. If it's under $5,000, we won't need an account or anything. She can pay with cash or transfer. If she's buying something over $5,000, we just need to create an account. Passport will do. Some official ID like that. And then just maybe before waiting in long lines, if you want to call, especially if she hasn't got time to wait, just call up and see what we've got in stock or what she's after, and we'd be more than happy to help out. JMac, any junior youth club information, any chance this year? Mate, I'm pushing for it. That's something that Michael's been also on board with, and talking to some refiners and manufacturers. So I hope so. There's I know he's had some recent meetings, and I'm smiling because he told me about certain things that I can't share right now. But look, I'm pushing for it. I know a lot of kids that do that, and I certainly encourage that. I wish I had something like that when I was growing up. When I was a kid, I'd certainly be in a very different life situation. I guess everything happens for a reason, but we are where we are. But I will be pushing for it. At the moment, the priority is also just making sure everyone gets served. All the orders are getting filled as quick as possible, both online and in store. So that is taking a bit of a back seat, but that is certainly on my mind. I know it's on Michael's mind, and certainly on my mind, and I do think about that. And I have some plans for it as well that I want to include. So hopefully more information coming soon, but we'll see. We'll see how soon. And I'm not sure about this. I probably wouldn't hold out for this year, but we'll see. All right. Okay. What we got here? Sorry, it's jumping up again. Silvermad 1, good job you're doing, Alex. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, mate. I just finished my coffee just before I ran in here. I didn't even have a chance to drink it. It was, again, cold. From about 10 o'clock this morning. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words, so thank you. Trying to get to everyone's questions. That is annoying me just with the scrolling. So I do feel for Michael when he's doing these live by himself. MSKR, it's okay, Alex, I'll email. Cheers. Yeah, no worries. I'll just, again, and just, yeah, so it's ALEKS, not ALEX at Bullion Now. Otherwise, I won't get it. I'll put it in there again. All right, so Bullion Now. Okay, so that's, I just put that email out again if you want to email me direct for a question or an inquiry or something that I've told you about on live stream. Okay. Sabinator, another good website is Monaco64. I think that's a YouTube guy. Yeah, if that's who I'm thinking of, yeah, good information as well. Some good interviews there. Okay. Metal Inquisitor, like Bald Guy Money. Yep, very true. TCT, Glenn, Alex is the pilot of the day today. I feel like I'm flying, mate. Feel like I'm flying, and I certainly haven't taken any substances, no substance abuse here, apart from caffeine. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Irish Luck, Alex, could you be sold fakes at Anda? Look, Possibly, I'm not sure. It depends about if they got testing machines there. I've bought a few things at Anda, and I test them here. I've never had an issue. I know Matt from Thompson's Coins, who should get here back sometime on a Friday. If he can get his stuff sorted on Fridays as well. I know I've called him. He's been flat out as well. He runs a pretty good show with reputable dealers. But yeah, you can always whatever you have bought, bring in, and we'll be happy to test it for you. Geckosaurus, would my niece who lives overseas be able to sell her gold at BN? Yes, she can, because again, as long as we have it, because before we buy it, we have to test it. So if she's got with her to test here, she can do that. I believe people have sold from overseas and sent their packages. Look, I don't know how secure that is, depending on the courier. I know we use FedEx. I believe DHL. I've sold things before, like not bullion, but high-end items, collector items overseas for a lot of dineros to the States, and I've used DHL, and that was fantastic. But yeah, they can sell from overseas. You just have to be careful with obviously the courier service, and I can't vouch for them all the way through, because it'll depend on them. That's an external partner. But if she brings it in and she's from overseas, as long as she's got ID, we might have to have 2 forms of ID. But yeah, there's no problem. As long as it's pure, she'll get that. JMac, nice. You guys are so busy. I can imagine it's hard to get some time. Sounds good. Yeah, we're flat out. MSKR, great job today, Alex. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Silver Sushi, I've got my 3-year-old already into bullion. He thinks he's getting cool rounds things with his favorite animals on it, but in reality, his net worth is going up. Mate, the best thing about it is it's right on both counts. And yeah, well done on that. Hats off to you. All right. We are coming to the rapid question, even more rapid question time. And there are no aviation questions this time. Ruben's just jumped back in the seat. And hang on, Glenn. Hey, the Midnight Gardener, your name came up on Wall Street Silver the other day. I'll have to check that out. Thanks. So, Rubes is in the house.
I am back from the front line.
Yeah, nice to sit down, isn't it, Rubes?
I'm just here to turn this off, and then we're going back straight to it.
Yeah. All right. That's it. So, is that it?
I don't know. Are you going to run a rapid fire, or are we?
I'll do rapid fire just in case you missed anything. I'll see if I can get someone to rush and get me another coffee.
Hello, Metal Inquisitor.
Geckosaurus, thanks, Alex. My niece has been watching BN and looking forward for a BN visit. Would be nice for a fan meet the fan session. Absolutely. Please do come say hi if you're in the shop, and most welcome. All right, so if you guys have got any other questions that I've missed, I know it's been jumping a bit up and down. Silver Rook, I'm not even going to answer that one. Yeah, all right, Glenn. Hi, is Pakenham's is Pakenham appointment only for collections? Pretty much at this spot. MP, thank you for your thank yous. How do you clean silver coins from Geckosaurus? I have no idea because I've never cleaned. I tried once in fresh Coca-Cola, and it did seem to do a good job for a pre-46. Is it like... Okay, they're coming in rapid fire. I'm going to need Rubes to read them out for me now while I take a breather, because it's super rapid fire.
Would you grab gold or silver, and in what size?
Personally?
Yes.
Gold. Whatever size I can. But look, I tend to buy more silver now just because I can afford more silver more regularly than getting gold at a time.
Is it common for Perth Mint and RAM authorised dealers to sell fake coins or bars?
Is it what, sorry?
Well, they said, is it like, but I'm going to say,
for
is it
Perth
common?
Mint.
Is it common? Does it happen?
It's only really just, like I said, I've seen 3 examples in the last year and a half, so I wouldn't say common at all.
No Metal Inquisitor. I don't think we did get those. I think we determined the premium was a bit too high on them.
Possibly not. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a little coin shop thing, not a Bullion Now.
Lots of compliments there for holding the fort. Thank you very much, Alex. It has been a very insane few weeks. I'm a little bit jealous that I haven't been able to jump on and do a solo stream.
I've missed the bouncing off. Yeah, it has been crazy. Like I said, this has been 5 weeks now, 5 full weeks in a row. Tomorrow we'll make an end to 5 full weeks of absolute madness. I think we'll cut it off here. We've got to run back. Thank you, everyone, for the comments. Thank you for tuning in. I will, again, before I collapse tonight in bed, I will go through all the comments for some that I've missed. I'll try and bring it up next time. And bear with me again for the emails. I will respond to you, not after midnight, certainly sometime before if I can get to them, otherwise the next day or two. So thank you again for joining me. Thanks for Ruben for setting this up, running in and out, dashing in when you heard about the volume issue at the start. And see you guys in store or online. Or if you're on Twitter, I'll see you on Twitter as well.
See ya.
See ya.
It's as busy as it's ever been.
The price of gold in Australia has surged to record highs.
In the past 2 years, it's gone parabolic, up 45% this year so far.
Race to gold dealers across the city today as the price of gold skyrocketed to a record $4,000 per troy ounce.
Gold prices really have shot out the lights so far this year. The price of the precious metal, it's up about 50% so far. It's hitting around that $4,000 an ounce.
With rising global economic uncertainty, we're being advised there could be a better place to store your cash than in the bank.